Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is Wyln News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. Wyln News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on Wyln News. Here's a recap of our top stories from the week.
Lineage Logistics held a ribbon-cutting ceremony for their new Hazel Township facility on Tuesday, October 29th at the Humboldt Industrial Park. The event was hosted in collaboration with Can Do of Greater Hazleton as they welcomed the cold storage facility to the area. Lineage is one of the world's leading temperature-controlled warehouse companies, primarily focused in food and beverage distribution as they transport supply around the world. We spoke with Kevin Murray, who is the Vice President of Operations at Lineage, about the company's role in cold storage.
So when you think of that farm to table, we're the two in between. So we handle most of the warehousing and transportation for our customers who are producing food to the end consumers who are ultimately going to eat that food.
Murray also told us why the company chose the Hazleton area as a location for their new facility.
Yeah, we're really excited about our location here in Hazel Township. It's a fully automated facility that's going to complement the rest of our facilities across Pennsylvania and the Northeast network. Hazel Township specifically is within 250-mile radius, covers about 18% of the U.S. population, which is about 60 million people. And we're really excited about this strategic location here.
What makes the new facility special is their state-of-the-art technology. The company operates more than 80 fully and semi-automated buildings, which now includes the Hazel Township location. These facilities allow Lineage to increase efficiency and sustainability while cutting down on supply chain waste.
So we have rail-guided vehicles and cranes that are in the coldest parts of our facility. So this is really new technology that's complementing what our team members are doing and helping keep them safe and especially out of that cold.
Murray told us that he looks forward to working with this new branch as they provide many job opportunities once they reach full capacity.
Happy to lead the team here. We have a great leadership team, a great team. We're going to approximately 150 jobs once we're fully ramped up in staff that we're going to have here in Hazel Township, and we're really excited about that.
Anyone interested in a career at Lineage can visit onelineage.com. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce held a red carpet breakfast event at the Top of the 80s restaurant in Hazleton Tuesday morning. The guest speaker for the event was PA State Representative Dane Watrow, who represents the 116th Legislative District. During his presentation, Watrow spoke about his work in Harrisburg and its impact on the local community. Watrow also emphasized the work of community organizations such as the Chamber of Commerce, the Anthracite Post, and Wyln, which help him to learn more about the issues in the district and get the word out about state-related services.
I enjoy keeping busy, but honestly, I just really enjoy being with the people. It's learning what their wants and needs are and carrying it down to the halls of the Capitol.
During his term, Watrow has helped bring tens of millions of dollars back to the district to help the people. In his efforts to represent the district, Watrow also spoke about the benefit of visiting local businesses.
So I think at first people were curious, like, why is Dane wanting to tour my place? What is the purpose of that? And after getting around and speaking with them, now they understand when things come up in Harrisburg, that if a vote comes up, I need to say, this is going to affect my constituent, my business back home. And now all these businesses are getting a clearer understanding of the tours that I take and trying to learn more about the district, and they get it. So now we have a lot of businesses on our schedule to try to go see, and this area is one of the best in the state.
Watrow's office is located at 145 East Broad Street in Hazleton. His staff can be reached by calling 570-453-1343. To keep up to date with Watrow's work in the district, you can also tune in on Fridays to Watrow's weekly update on Wyln during the evening news broadcast. Members of St. John Bosco Catholic Church were hard at work on Wednesday preparing for their annual Election Day pasta and meatball dinner. The event is open to the public and will take place on Tuesday, November 5th from 3 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. The dinner includes pasta, homemade meatballs, salad, Italian bread, and homemade dessert. The meal also includes complimentary wine and a beverage. Pasta lovers can enjoy the sit-down dinner in the parish center or take advantage of the takeout options available. We spoke with Father Rick Palmenter about the process for organizing the annual event.
There's a lot of planning. Probably for around 3 months we've been planning, getting everything together, ordering everything that's needed, and getting people to volunteer their time, which is not very difficult here. They come up right out and volunteer for it. So that's probably the most important thing is getting the volunteers, getting the people to work together as one parish.
Tickets are available for purchase at the parish office or can be purchased on the day of the event. Tickets are $13 for adults and $6 for children under 10. Events like the pasta dinner are important for St. John Bosco as they continue to provide services to the community. Proceeds from the pasta dinner will go towards the parish's many outreach programs in the local area.
We have a monthly meal at the Salvation Army. We have things like the Giving Tree. We have a bereavement ministry here, our faith formation program, our adult faith formation programs that we have. So it's used mostly for those types of activities.
Father Palmenter also told us about his favorite part of organizing the dinner.
My favorite part is smelling them making the meatballs. That's that and having a nice piece of chocolate cake with peanut butter icing. That's my favorite part of the whole thing. But also the favorite part is to see them working together as one family. That's just an important thing. We have word, worship, community, and service, and the community aspect I think is an important one, especially after the pandemic, to get together again to work together as one family.
The Election Day pasta dinner will begin with takeout at 3 o'clock p.m. The sit-down dinner begins at 4 o'clock p.m.
Coming up on WYLN News, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Bloomsburg, Part 4. Plus, we check in with State Representative Dean Watrow on Watrow's weekly update. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health have come together, two leading health systems dedicated to improving the well-being of our communities and offering you broader access to uncompromising, high-quality care, stronger together for you.
Hi, I'm Lil. Tomorrow's going to be sunny.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
Contact Pete Casalica for a home and auto quote today.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nescopeck and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
FNL Doors, your trusted overhead door supplier for over 50 years, providing quality products and services to Eastern PA and beyond with 2 strategic locations. They carry garage doors from leading manufacturers in the industry like Rayner. They guarantee parts and service for your home or business, from new construction to replacement doors, inspections, and service calls. FNL Doors stands behind every job, taking pride in the work they do. Call 800-344-DOOR or visit FNL Doors online at fldoors.com or visit their showrooms in Hazel Township or Schuylkill Haven.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Living along the Susquehanna River can pose its risks. Bloomsburg has flooded many times over the years. One of the worst came on March 9, 1904, which was exacerbated by a massive ice jam in the river that had formed during brutally cold stretches earlier that winter. Heavy rains broke the ice jam and caused extensive damage along the Susquehanna, as the ice destroyed almost every bridge along the river through Danville. In Bloomsburg, the floodwaters reached a record of 32.7 feet, almost a foot and a half more than what flooded the town during Hurricane Agnes in 1972. In some cases, the flood reached as high as second-floor windows throughout Bloomsburg, and the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds were completely submerged. And even after the floodwaters retreated, ice chunks as tall as passing trains could be seen alongside Bloomsburg's tracks through late April. And then there were the ostriches. They came to Columbia County because local resident William Henry Heil had a dream of helping the downtrodden masses earn money. He believed an ostrich farm might be the way to do so, having seen, from personal visits to South Africa, how coveted the bird's feathers, eggs, and meat were in the global market. He thus founded a corporation, to be known as the African Ostrich Farm and Feather Company, with $1 million in capital, and purchased 150 acres just outside Bloomsburg to raise and process the 40 ostriches he'd imported from Africa, the first ostriches to be raised in northern latitudes. The farm, which had steam pipes buried underneath sand to keep the birds warm, opened in 1910. For a time, guests flocked to the farm by rail from as far away as Scranton and Williamsport to see the ostriches plucked for a quarter admission, as well as take in the horses, cattle, and pigs that also populated the farm. But then Heil ran into a problem. The ostriches would not breed in Pennsylvania's colder climate. Desperate to overcome this issue, he hired a Bloomsburg barber who had experience hatching turkey and goose eggs to work on it. The barber did successfully hatch 42 ostrich eggs, but refused to divulge the secrets, a position that became ironclad when Heil broke into his basement to find out the answers for himself. By 1915, ostrich feathers had fallen out of favor in the fashion world, and the farm was deep in debt, its ostrich population having dwindled down to just 2. Seeing the writing on the wall, Heil put the farm up for auction and sold the last pair of ostriches to a Bloomsburg restaurant owner for $25, thus ending his dream of making the world better through ostrich breeding. Several decades later, though, another Bloomsburg native would have a much more successful career working with animals. George Keller was born in Bloomsburg in 1897. As a young child, he enjoyed staging mock circuses with the neighborhood pets. After graduating from Columbia, he took a teaching position at Bloomsburg University, the beginning of a nearly 30-year tenure in the university's arts department. By 1932, though, Keller was feeling bored in his position and hoping something more interesting would come his way. That year, his wish would be granted when he received an unexpected package from a friend in the mail, a crate containing a baby mountain lion with a note reading, "Here, Keller, train this," attached. Keller decided to take up the challenge and managed to train the cub in his garage, ultimately selling it to a circus. Deciding he enjoyed working with big cats, Keller began purchasing lions, tigers, cheetahs, and leopards along with mountain lions and started performing part-time with them at small carnivals and circuses. He would get his big break in 1942, performing in the piers at Atlantic City. Throughout the 1940s, he would take longer and longer hiatuses from Bloomsburg University to perform with his cats, until finally, after the 1949-50 school year, he left academia behind to become a full-time lion tamer. Stints with numerous circuses, including the Pollock Brothers, Rudy Brothers, and Tom's Pack circuses, followed. Keller was notable in not using either a chair or whip in his act, getting his cats to perform through hand motions alone. He would gain wide exposure in 1955 when Walt Disney hired him to come to the then brand new Disneyland to perform in Fantasyland's Mickey Mouse Club Circus. Keller's Jungle Killers, as his act was called at the happiest place on earth, would put on shows in Fantasyland through September 1956, long after the Mickey Mouse Club Circus's other acts had vacated the tent. Following his tenure at Disneyland, Keller continued performing across the nation, having a memorable run with Ringling Brothers in 1960. His act would come to a sudden end on October 14th of that year at a show in Corpus Christi. In the middle of his act, Keller would suffer a massive heart attack and fell down dead in the middle of the ring. While his assistant moved quickly to get the cats out of the ring, the audience would give Keller one last applause. Walt Disney would also inspire another Bloomsburg native to build his own railroad park. A trip to Disneyland with his family gave Carol Stahl, who had previously owned the Valley Novelty Works toy company, the idea to make a railroad attraction in the Bloomsburg area. He began by purchasing a locomotive called the Durango and 4 cabooses in 1955. After 8 years of acquiring more stock, the Carroll Park and Western Railroad opened alongside Route 11 just east of Bloomsburg in 1964. Guests could climb aboard Stahl's trains and go for a ride along a 2-mile track that looped alongside the highway and south to Old Berwick Road. Adjoining the train depot was the mock western town of Deadwood Flats, eventually featuring operational stores selling refreshments and souvenirs. In April 1968, the attraction was used as a filming site for the Molly Maguires, with Stahl himself making a cameo in the film as an engineer. Carol Stahl's death in 1972 would mark the end of his railroad attraction. While several other owners attempted to keep the trains rolling, the Carroll Park and Western closed by 1975. Deadwood Flats buildings would subsequently be used as a flea market for close to 20 years afterwards.
Welcome back to Feel Good Friday. I'm joined here with Dr. John. Dr. John, how's it going?
Hey, Brian, every day's special for me.
It is, and we're going to talk about, the weather's getting colder. We're going to talk about dressing properly because, there's some people that go out there in shorts, myself included in the past, but...
Well, let's talk about why, though. This human body was made by the great Lord to adapt. So the body, if it could talk to us, it wants us to get proper rest, but it wants us to protect itself, right? I don't think we have to dress with, overly dressed, but my point is that it's getting colder now. So I get these patients on a 20-degree below weather. They come in shorts and flip-flops, and again, legs, it could be, I played soccer in the cold weather, so legs I don't think, but like the head, for example. On these cold days, if it's windy, I tell my golfers, wear a winter hat. The head, the brain emanates a lot of heat. So your body has an intelligence in it that wants us to protect it. Get your rest, get your exercise, eat properly. Protect the body by dressing warmer. So don't think you're manly by going to a football game with no shirt on or no coat on when it's 30 degrees on a Friday night football game. So dress warm enough, help the body to cope and adapt. I mean it, you'll have less sickness because then the body can sort of conserve some of its own energy to protect itself. So dress warm.
Yep, dress warm. It's getting cold outside, but I'd like to thank Dr. John for joining us on this Feel Good Friday, and we'll see you next time.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
The American Cancer Society Greater Hazleton Unit's 46th Annual Telethon, working together in 2024, sweeping cancer out the door, will be held Saturday, November 23rd from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. at the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts and broadcast live on WYLN TV 35. Make sure you tune in for all the entertainment and make a pledge. That's the 46th Annual Telethon, live on WYLN TV 35, November 23rd. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
Welcome back to Watro's Weekly Update. I'm joined as always with State Representative Dane Watro. Dane, how's it going today?
Oh, very good. Thank you. I'm loving the weather. It's beautiful outside, so we'll take that as long as we possibly could take it.
Yeah, definitely take it as long as we can. Very, very warm week here in Hazleton. So I know this week you wanted to mention that this is the start of the LIHEAP program. People can apply for that starting now. As this airs on November 1st, that we will now be able to apply for this year. So if you want to tell our viewers more about that program.
Yeah, definitely. Once again, thank you for bringing that up. This is one of the most important programs that the state offers. So like you said, November 1st, it's a limited time that it runs and it's open for. So LIHEAP is when you're thinking about electric heat, oil heat, gas heat, any type of heating source in your home. And it's not, you don't qualify by age. It's basically on income guidelines. You don't have to be receiving assistance, none of that stuff. You just got to meet the income guidelines for that. And the best way to do that, pick up the phone, give my office a call, stop in our office, and we can help you assist our constituents with filling out that paperwork. Let's face it, we're getting in that time of year right now where we're all going to be cranking up that heat, cranking that dial, and I know I like it warm at home. My wife, on the other hand, likes to keep it cooler. But like, people need help, especially in today's economy, and I really push this state program because this could put money back in the people's pockets at this time of need. Holidays are coming and so on and so forth. So LIHEAP, super important. It opens November 1st, and please, I just encourage our constituents to come on in and let us see if you qualify, fill out the paperwork for you. We'll get it down to the state and hopefully get you squared away, and you can keep that heat cranked on a little bit warmer.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Very important program here. And I know you mentioned that it is a kind of limited time window for the application. So how long do applicants have to apply for it?
Well, they usually extend it. I don't have the exact time, but next week when I'm on with you, I'll definitely have that exact date, and maybe then we'll know if they're going to extend it this year or not. But I just really encourage people to come in November 1st, within the first couple of weeks while it's open. They need to bring in their proof of income, heating source, heating bill, and we could go ahead and get that squared away.
Absolutely.
So there's the two most important things to bring in.
Yep, definitely something that many people should definitely look into if they can find assistance through that program.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep. I know earlier this week you also had an event with the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce. You were actually speaking at their red carpet event for this month. Could you tell us how that went?
Yeah, it was an honor to be there with our business leaders in our community. I think it went absolutely great. I know last week I was saying I'm going to do a little something different, and I did. I spoke about organizations and especially media sources that deliver information. You just brought it up. I mean, this is a prime example of how important it is, the LIHEAP program. And what I did at the red carpet breakfast, I spoke about the sources of media like yourself and the Anthracite Post that delivers good quality local information out there. We just had a 5-minute segment here on LIHEAP, and it's so important. And that's what I wanted to highlight. We are doing good work in Harrisburg. We're getting some things done, and I I spoke about that. 20 some $million we brought back in 2 years, which is to me, I wave that flag so much because it's important to bring money back home to our constituents. But I really highlight it, like yourself, what you do, and your colleagues here at WYLN for the great work you're doing, information you're providing to the people. Like I said, that anthracite post as well, and Mary Malone, terrific woman at the Hazleton Chamber. So many other great sources of information. I said Mary Malone keeps me so busy because I'm with her a couple days a week doing ribbon cuttings. Our community is flourishing, and I like to learn about our community, how I could help. That way when I'm down in the Capitol or taking a vote, I could say, that could benefit the district back home, or this could hurt. I'm going to be a no vote on this or a yes vote on that. That's how I gauge everything. So thank you very much for bringing that up.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It was again, really great to see you speak to the community directly in that way, and as you said, just find a way to deliver this information through, like, whether that be like here at WYLN or with like the Anthracite Post or anything. It's really great to see.
It's hard, and I say it's hard to deliver it because our districts are so big,
right?
And it's really hard to reach everybody. But this avenue right here, the opportunity that you give, is phenomenal. Thank you.
And as always, I want to thank State Representative Dane Watcher for joining us here on Watcher's Weekly Update. We'll see you next time.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Renai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
Hey! Did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.